G'day everybody, welcome back to Enshrouded. Hope you guys are doing well. I am just hanging out here in front of the flax field, which is looking quite beautiful, obviously ready for harvest, but I'm not really going to worry about harvesting this for now, because, well, I feel like we should continue on what we were doing in the previous episode, which is decorating and preparing Balthazar's room. So the lab is ready, and we soon after decided to work on creating a hidden library. And it is looking very, very nice, actually, this hidden library. Things are coming together. There's probably a little bit more work we need to do on just making it look more like a library, which means that we need a whole bunch of books. So I actually did work quite a bit between episodes trying to get all sorts of different types of books, and yeah, I did soon run out of old books to actually, you know, convert into these books that we'll use for the decorating process, but that's okay. It wasn't too difficult to try and find old books for that purpose. And if any of you guys want to figure out how to find old books, at least for me, this worked pretty well, but going to Harvest Homestead, which is a place that you can reach pretty early on in the game, Harvest Homestead and also Woodguard, between these two areas you can actually find quite a few old books, and yeah, I would essentially just recommend going through these areas and sort of repeating the process and, you know, loading back in to make, you know, those old books respawn so you can, you know, regather them. So that's how I did it. If any of you guys have any other recommendations on good places to find old books, I'm all ears actually, because it can be a little bit difficult to find old books, to be honest. But yeah, so we'll see what we can do with populating all of these with additional, you know, old books. I feel like what we have at the moment may or may not be enough, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. So we'll start maybe with that, and I probably want to just... Should I do something like this, where I double up the amount? Maybe. Maybe. Let's do the single volumes. I think that might be good, just to break things up a little bit, you know? Oh, okay. Apparently this is not agreeing to being put down right next to another one of the same type. That's a little bit weird. Not sure why. Yeah, it prevents this from being placed down as well. Why is that? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Let's do a few more down here. And yeah, despite all of the work that I have put into trying to make as many books as possible, I feel like maybe we're still missing quite a lot. I might, or do I want to put something there? It's tempting to put other things into some of these shelves as well, but I feel like maybe if I do that, it might stop looking like an actual library. I could maybe mix things up and have, like, that instead. And I obviously do want to decorate the table to make sure that the table has some books. Maybe the lowest shelf we can sort of put other things that don't exactly have to be books. Alright, so yeah, funnily enough, you don't have to put fossils here. You can actually put other things in these spaces as well if you really wish to do that. I'm sort of thinking about whether or not I want like shelves on top of the display cases. That might be good, actually. But yeah, let's continue on decorating these shelves here. I think what I'll do is I'll do like a big book here. And then another bunch of books. Like that. Yeah, this or the big books, they seem to need to stick out quite a bit, don't they? I don't know why that's the case. I guess maybe it's sort of the angle. I'm gonna see if I can fix that. Maybe I'll use a smaller one. Yeah, okay, it seems to need like a bit of space. I don't know why. And it seems to play all right once you've already placed it down. It plays okay with other book stacks. Once you've already figured out that position initially. So why don't we do another one of the smaller ones, like that. Then we do a big stack. Like that. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I can probably leave that space. So I do have a few of these ones here with the leaning book. I don't know how I feel about this one. I didn't really craft too many, mainly because I feel like the big, like, leaning book is a bit too big for any of the spaces that are available. But look, we'll do something like that. I think that makes sense. And then, yeah, I feel like we've already started running out of, like, book collections here. So, yeah, this is kind of short-lived here. I thought I was very prepared for decorating the entire library, but I guess I'm not. Yeah, so I probably want to avoid using these ones for any of the middle shelves, and we'll probably have to use the top shelf every single time we want to use one of these. Okay, and then we'll do more collections like that. We'll use some of the bigger books here. Do I want to put more stuff? Maybe... Yeah, and this is like the last one that I have of the smaller books. It's a shame. Okay, so I do have like a couple of open books as well, so I could maybe place down some open books over here. And another thing that I did prepare for the library was a candle that we can place right in the center to help those who are reading books. And I might take down the other candles that we have in this position, and we could end up converting these candles into wall candles, just to light up the corners a little bit more. I'll leave this candle in the middle of the corridor for the time being, because I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to light up the corridor just yet. Do see a bit of an issue here. There seems to be a bit of a gap. Is that a gap? What do I see? Yeah. Oops. No. Yeah, okay. I think it was just the one gap there. So hopefully that is all sorted. Coming back to the books. Yeah, I barely put a dent in this. Which means I'm probably going to have to find other things to do for this episode. So, yeah, I was sort of hoping that we would, you know, complete assembling, or sorry, not assembling, but like decorating the space, but that's okay. We're going to have to pivot to other things. So these books also look kind of interesting, but they're sort of half open. I don't know how I feel about like the half opened books. I guess I could put one there. There are other similar half-open books, and these ones look even better, if you ask me, because it makes it look like, you know, someone's actually reading this book. So I'll put one, you know, right there on the table. And I think I can also do like a book stack on the table as well. I just don't want it to be too close to the flame. So obviously that would be very dangerous indeed. There we go. So yeah, this space is definitely coming along. I could probably do... Maybe I can do a stack here. Maybe another big volume there, if we can. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a few more book collections here that we can arrange, so let's do that. Okay, it is coming along, but I wouldn't say that I'm satisfied with what I see just yet. And considering how much we're able to do with all that we had, I think I'm going to need to grab like heaps and heaps and heaps of old books. Yeah. So there's a lot of work to be done. There's still a little bit more work that I want to do with Balthazar's lab as well. So some of these shelves also seem a little bit empty, so I can definitely do with a few more books for his lab. But I also want to play around with the entrance to the lab, and one of the ideas that I had is to use a circular door So, yeah, I'm sort of thinking maybe that'd be a cool sort of aesthetic. Something to set itself apart from other rooms. I'm gonna steal
Looking good.
Oswald's bed. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, that's a little bit weird that he's still standing there. Okay, so... I mean, I shouldn't really be complaining because it's his bed. Okay, Balthazar is here. Oh, Cade's sleeping in, apparently. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Cade, show me the doorways that you have. Yeah, here we go. So, wood planks and nails, which we have everything that we need, actually, so... Or we could do the iron-adorned round door. Oh, this is a window frame, so my bad. I guess this is the only door that we have that fits the bill. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know if it's going to fit or not, but we'll have a play around and see if it'll do justice for the space. Oh, okay, it's huge. Huge. Yeah, I'm gonna need to break a few things down. That's okay. We'll work on it. So... maybe it'll fit now? No, it needs a little bit more. So let's do a little bit more on this side. Yeah, I think that's the right position. We just need to shave off a little bit more on the top. Like so. Perfect. Nice. I mean, this definitely feels like a Hobbit style door, doesn't it? If you're building like a Hobbit home. I know there are other YouTubers that I've referenced before where they build like Hobbit homes. I think they started building like their Hobbit homes before the update that introduced these circular doors, which, you know, probably means that they have to redo the build to some degree. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. It is pretty gigantic, isn't it? I don't know. Like, does it fit the space? I think it does. And I think the color of the door goes well with the color of the bed that we have for Balthazar. Okay, so it does mean, however, that I might need to sort of move the candles slightly. So let me just figure out where the candles need to go. And speaking of candles, I will need to make some more candles as well, so... yeah, I mean, in terms of the positioning of where the candles are going to be, I'm not entirely sure if, you know, this is all going to be final just yet, because I think maybe we need to sort of rethink lighting in several rooms. So, yeah, it's not going to be a permanent thing. We can very quickly finalize the lighting in here though, so let's do the wall candles, if I can find Cade. There he is. Decorative... no. It's not in decorative, it's here, comfort. Yeah, so I just want 4 of them, and we'll see if we can place these down in a decent position. So that looks pretty good. I will want to have these sort of in the same spot. I think that's matching. Hopefully. Yeah, I think they're in the same position. So yeah, this room is looking very good, very bright now. Potentially, maybe there could be a bit more light in the center. But if we need it, we'll come back to that. I think we have enough light. So let me just see what happens if I take that down. Okay, yeah, so this corridor definitely looks like it's a bit dark, right? So, I don't know how we'll light it. Perhaps maybe just one, like, mounted candle or something, or a wall-mounted candle. Okay. Yeah, very cool. I do like that. Or we could just simply leave it as bright as it is. Because, you know, it's not like you're gonna be reading in this hallway. So, I think it's probably a good time for us to move stuff around in this room as well. So, I'm gonna see if I can just tuck that away there. I don't know how I feel about having these candles so close to the wooden furniture. Okay, so that looks good. Maybe I'll grab the candles and maybe that can go there. Let me just open this up again and just see how far it goes. I don't want to bump into the candles, obviously. Yeah, not bad. I think we need more mounted candles on this side, and perhaps maybe a couple more on this wall. Okay, looks good. Which probably allows us to move this ever so slightly. There. Yeah, not bad. Alright, now with that done, I also want to continue with the lab. So the lab is, you know, almost done, but I feel like it needs a bit of a chimney, right? So that I have been sort of dreading to work on because, well, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think we'll get there. So I am probably going to copy the style of the other chimneys that we've placed down. I'm just going to see if I can have another look. I'm just trying to remember what we had on the inside wall. So we used rough stone blocks, which means I need to grab a bit more. And, oh, actually, I do need the fried brick blocks. So, I think what I'll do is I'll also remove a section of the roof on this side, just to let us access this room. Actually, hang on. Hang on. Maybe what I need to work out initially is... yeah. Access to the room from the attic. So... let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I think this should be workable right now. So... then we can sort of figure out how to do the chimney on the outside. Trouble is I can't just drop down here. That's okay. If I need to drop down easily, I can fix that up a little bit later. So I do also want to remove some of these walls, because I think it's going to be important for us to replace those with, well, replace some parts of it, at least, with the rough stone blocks. So let's give that a go now. So let's take a look at this. Is that in the right position? I think so, but maybe we have overextended a little bit? Actually, that seems alright to me. Okay. Looks good. And then I sort of want to get half-timbered blocks being used on this side. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool. Actually, you know what? Just had a thought though. I think this needs to be less prominent. So yeah, so let's just do that. Okay, good. Yeah, so I think by doing that, it's going to be just slightly more symmetrical. You know, we've got a couple of blocks width of the half-timbered blocks on all sides, or both sides rather. And from here, let me go to the single blocks, and I think I should be able to just get rid of some of this soil. Yeah, that looks good. And then from here, we go in with the fried brick blocks. And I probably don't need to use any shape here because I want to be able to have a little bit of control. Actually, let me get rid of those. We just extend the same deal on the other side, and then yeah, so the idea is to place these in. I don't want it to be too prominent though. The issue that I have is we might have a problem with the aesthetic on the attic as a result. So maybe what I need to do is, maybe I need to start from here. Yeah, that seems all right. Actually, maybe the aesthetic in the attic is not a problem. The only reason why I say that is because, well, if it's a chimney, then the chimney needs to go all the way up anyway, right? So it'll be going through the attic. Yes, okay. Yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm just sort of figuring things out myself. But, yeah, that makes total sense. So that part of the attic would essentially just be blocked off because of the chimney protruding out. So, yeah, it all makes sense. And I like having the chimney sort of be a little bit further up anyway, because then you'll get to see the full breadth of the, what is this? This is the, yes, this is the laboratory, I was gonna say. The distillery. Well, this thing is a distiller, right? I think it distills, liquids. Okay, so now we just need to go upstairs and figure things out up here. Which probably means I do need to break down the roof a little bit. And I'm okay with that, because the roof should be easy enough to reconstruct, you would think. Let's do a long piece. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, this is where things are going to start getting a little tricky, I think. Maybe a good way to deal with this is using some of these pieces. So if we sort of use these to sort of push the build outwards and upwards, perhaps maybe we'll then be able to actually see where the chimney protrudes from. The thing is, I don't want to get rid of all of the soil, obviously, because I feel like it'd be a bit difficult to place the soil back down. Yeah, okay, we're not really getting the... Yeah, we're not getting the chimney sort of poking out just yet. So... maybe we have no choice but to cut things out. Alright, well, unfortunately I'm gonna have to do the dreaded cutting, but I don't really have much of a choice. Let's use rough stone blocks for this. Or, hang on, maybe I can be a little more careful and precise about what I'm cutting. Okay. So, we've got an opening. Now it's just a matter of utilizing said opening. Okay, so from here, let us now try to place down our chimney pieces. I'm just sort of having a think as well. Maybe I don't want the chimney to be, like, overly large. So the opening to the chimney where the lab is, it can be wide, but then maybe the, I don't know if this is the right terminology for it, but the smokestack itself, maybe, is a little bit smaller. Yeah, which, in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have dug so much. So, we'll see if we can inspect this from outside once more, and make some decisions from there. Yeah, okay, cool. So, let's do what we need to do here. Oh, no, no. Absolutely not. There we go. Can I perhaps snap that? There we go. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to get the right angles here. Is that the right width, actually? That's another thing that I'm not sure of. Might want to jump back in to check. Yeah, I almost feel like maybe I didn't need to ruin the entire roof. So it's 1, 2. Yeah, it is just 2 blocks worth, isn't it? Is that right? 1, 2, 1, 2. No. Because I think this is... Yeah, okay. We need a little bit more width. And that's fine. We can definitely work on that. Yeah, just making sure that we get some of the details right. Okay. I think we should work on positioning just to be safe. Oh no. Okay, I think I accidentally destroyed something up there as well. Let's go with a smaller piece. Alright, so... maybe... Oh, I'm so close. There. And maybe a little bit more. There. Okay, I'm gonna need to sleep and get some sunlight in here, because I'm not gonna be able to work with the night. We do seem to be getting there, though. I'm pretty happy about what I'm seeing so far. Come to think of everything, I feel like I haven't even completed Oswald's room. I've moved on to other things. So I should be decorating Oswald's room as well. I definitely need some books for Oswald's room. I need books left, right, and center. So again, another thing that I'm going to be working on between episodes, hopefully. Right, so Chimney is almost there. I think once we complete setting up the chimney, we should be in a position to then replace the soil that we had to sort of dig up. Have we gone up a little too high? I don't know. Nope, nope. That wasn't the right move. Okay. We may have gone a little bit too high, so I can probably just carve this back down a little bit. Yeah, I think this is high enough, and then... do we add, like, a lip? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good look. Maybe not. But I would like to just create an opening in the center. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Let's just spend a little bit of time removing all these platforms that we don't need. Actually, hang on. Let's not do that too quickly, because there's a bit of work we need to do with restoring the roof and also getting some more soil in. I need to work out what kind of soil this is. how do I do that? Is it just simply stone? It might be, actually. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. So, I just need to fill all of this. It doesn't have to be perfect, I reckon, because if we have pockets, we won't notice because we would have covered the surface anyway. Okay, that looks decent, but I do want to check that we've got a good look going on from within the lab. So let's just double check there. Yeah, and from within the attic as well. Okay, so the problem with the attic though is just, you know, replacing the roof. I think we don't really need to play around with the soil at all because the roof is going to hide everything anyway. So, funnily enough, I do have the roof pieces on me. I guess it's probably because I did end up taking down parts of the roof. Okay, so let's get roof repairs going. Yeah, the issue is I'm trying to achieve the double thickness on these roofs. So we do need to be a little bit careful. And then we do these pieces. And I've ran out of roof pieces. I guess I need to just pick up some more. Hopefully we have some. Beautiful looking lavender field. Lavender? Sorry, not lavender. Saffron field. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Very, very nice. And we just need to fix the floor. So let's get onto that. Maybe I'll use some of the smaller pieces here just to have a bit more control over what we're doing. Very cool. And yeah, I don't know about what we will do with this little sort of, well, this protrusion, or the fact that the chimney is slightly visible. I wonder if we can actually, you know, play around with maybe some roof pieces or something like that to see if we can, you know, create some kind of bespoke piece of furniture in this little corner, maybe. That way we're sort of disguising it a little bit, but that's okay. I'll deal with it another time. Let's just double check on how things look inside. What the hell has happened there? Why? What? What is that aesthetic? I'm trying to figure out what's happened there. Well, let me remove that. Remove that. Could it be to do with the roofs? Or is it something else? What's creating that? Very strange indeed. Let me double check on what I can see from up top here. Yeah, okay, so we've got the same sort of aesthetic going on the inside. For whatever reason. So once I remove that, am I still getting the same problem? I am. What on earth? Does that just show up randomly every now and then, or is something triggering it? There must be something. Yeah, so I'm getting this line all the way across at certain points. Okay. Right. Why is that? Are we getting it this way? No. I feel like maybe I don't really have control over that. Maybe it's just the game sort of putting additional flair in certain segments, which I really don't like the idea of the game doing stuff like that without sort of giving the player control over whether or not they want that. Because, yeah, that is kind of frustrating. I don't really like the look that we get by doing that, but I may have to live with it. I mean, if any of you guys are watching and you know exactly what the issue is and you've got advice, definitely leave some comments on that. Because if there's a way I can avoid that, I wouldn't mind learning how to do that. Okay, back to the roof again. Fantastic. There are probably a few hidden gaps here and there that I need to fix up, like right here. And I guess the last thing that we need to check on is whether or not the roof is looking okay from outside, so let's quickly climb our way back up. And yeah, it is looking okay. Everything's sort of like pushing into the soil, which is exactly what we want. And we've got good old chimney set up. So, that's good. I'm gonna just remove all of this because I don't think we will really need any of it anymore. Wow. Yeah, interesting episode. I was sort of expecting to finish the library, but instead, we've managed to finish the chimney for the lab instead. Which had to happen, right? It needed to happen at some point. I was just not expecting to do that in this episode, that's all. So when we come back in the next one, I would have worked on a whole bunch more books, but I'm not entirely sure if we want to continue with decorating the home and continuing with construction, because we have been doing that for a couple of episodes now, and I feel like it's probably a good time for us to maybe move on to other things and just, you know, spend some time exploring, just to break up the series a little bit, as usual. And I'm thinking maybe not question marks this time. Maybe I do want to focus on trying to get some equipment and tools, because there are a few things that still haven't been unlocked, right? So if I just quickly go to our journal. Yes, there's the mountain area, which we can try and explore. But I think there's a few other things here. Oh, hang on. Did we find everything? Oh, maybe we did find everything. I thought there was a few crafting tools and stuff that we still haven't managed to obtain. I reckon I'll spend a little bit of time in the next episode having a chat to all of our followers / craftspeople, just to see if we can unlock all of the quests that are available to us, and we'll see if there are any missing crafting upgrades or crafting stations, and we'll try and focus on those. Otherwise, we could look into bringing back some lost souls, but I guess that's going to be a bit of a challenge as well, because we don't exactly have the space to house them just yet. So another thing that I need to start thinking about and working on. This seems pretty easy to try and do. Place the spinning wheel. So yeah, that's something that I haven't exactly done just yet, so that could be where we start off. But anyway guys, I am signing out here. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop me a like down below. Chuck us some comments, some suggestions, and advice if you've got any. Subscribe if you're new, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.